Hello there, world. My name is Cronus. I'm a Webtoon voice actor. I'm a college student. The rest of those things you just heard mushed together are the things I want to be right now, but I don't know what to do. And this video is less of something where I'm sharing an answer I've come across, because to be quite honest, I haven't found it. Rather, it's a message to those like me who need to hear it, who need to know that they're not the only ones like me, the only ones who don't know, and honestly, little for me. So I can be reminded if any people see this video and say, hey, I have that problem too, that I too am not alone. Let me explain what I mean. When I was younger, I thought I knew what I wanted to be in my life. I wanted to be a veterinarian. That had been my chosen path from a very young age. But very early on, I realized that that was not going to be for me anymore. Less early on in life, but early on into my adolescent years. When I became a teenager, I came to understand that the concept of having to tell another human being that their pet who they loved had passed away was not a burden I myself felt prepared to ever bear or wanted to in my life. I still had a deep love for animals, as I always had, and frankly, always will. But it could not outweigh the feeling of dread I felt at the mere idea of having to fail a pet or a person who needed my help. And so, it is not the life for me. But what do I want to be? Ever since then, the journey has been rocky. I understood very early on that the idea of being a content creator appealed to me. Being a YouTuber. I watched some of the biggest Minecraft YouTubers in their prime. People such as... oh, there goes the sheep. People such as Technoblade, Tommy Innit, Dream before things went downhill, and that life seemed wonderful. The idea to make a life out of playing a game that I loved, but soon enough as push came to shove, I found an obstacle. Editing. For me, personally, editing is a nightmare. I have ADHD, and the way my ADHD works is monotonous tasks are very hard for me to get through. And cutting out dry filler content for videos is quite the struggle, as I've seen through experimentation. As a result, I have limited my efforts to actually make any videos, because my only solution to this issue at present is to listen to music. However, when you're attempting to listen through a video that you have recorded and check for any errors in audio, you don't get the luxury of listening to something else. You have to listen to the video you're producing, and being the person who knows what is going to be said and knows what to be listening for already, since I was the one who recorded it, it has no whimsy, and it's predictable. It's monotonous. And so I find myself unable to edit. The reason I'm able to make this video, if I even have made it, to be honest, as I'm recording this, I'm not sure I have, is because it lacks the need for cutting. I'm speaking fluently, and I'm not reading off a script. These are thoughts that come to mind as I say them, because I want this to be genuine. Not that scripted videos are not genuine, of course they are. Rather, I mean authentically organic, because that's the issue. I don't know, and I don't want to act like I know by pretending I have it all planned out when I don't. But regardless, that doesn't mean that Dream has changed. The idea of playing games and creating a story through this to entertain others and allow them to smile is still a wonderful thing to me. I still love the idea of doing it. But in execution at the moment, I find myself at an obstacle that I cannot currently overcome, or I haven't yet figured out a way. Because truthfully, I am a college student, and that currently takes up a large majority of my spare time. Sorry, had a little trouble speaking there. Or at the very least, it should be taking up my spare time. I need to get this degree, because when I get a degree, I will have it, and there will be time left to do content. Yet at the same time, it feels like I'm wasting my time. These years where I'm in college where I could be working on content, but instead I choose to just do college work. It makes me feel lazy. Even though college itself is work, it feels like I am sitting around doing nothing when I'm even doing something. Because this degree isn't what's helping me chase my dreams. My dreams don't follow a college degree. Which leads me to my second dream. I want to be a webtoon author. This is a more recent dream I discovered. From a young age, I always enjoyed writing. It was brought on to me by my father. We would take trips to a Starbucks nearby when I was very young, and we would write together. He was working on his novel, and I wrote about a lion, a cheetah, a tiger, and a peregrine falcon who were all great friends and went on adventures together. And the first story I wrote, they went to discover the secrets of an old Egyptian pyramid and met a new friend, a black cat, along the way. Every journey they were going to meet new friends and discover new things about other places. To be quite honest, I think it still sounds like a good children's story idea, so if you're reading a book that sounds like that in a couple years, hit me up. It might just be from me. But I've also always loved drawing, and around the time of 4 years ago, I stumbled onto Webtoons. It had been recommended to me as a platform by my cousin in the summer of 2022, but I didn't pick it up immediately because I believed, to be quite frank, that my cousin didn't have the same taste as me most times, which is true, and that it would be ill-founded advice. Oftentimes, she would suggest or recommend things to me simply because she enjoyed them, ignoring the fact that we were very different people. But she was right on this case, and I found myself enamored by the subject matter. I loved the idea of drawing and writing becoming one, telling stories through two mediums at once, in a way that I found enjoyable. I like being able to see the story unfold before me, rather than just imagining in my head, which, don't get me wrong, I love to do, but to be able to show people what I'm imagining feels like a gift. But with this, I found another hurdle. I have very little self-confidence when it comes to my art. I don't like how it looks most of the time. And I don't want to make something, a story I'm passionate about, that doesn't look the way it's supposed to, the way I imagine it in my head and build it up to be. So as a result, I don't make any story. I've been working to overcome that over the past couple months, and am planning on working on a small form comic in the meantime before my big one I've been sifting through in my brain for 3 years now. But I'm still not there yet. My iPad broke, another one broke, and I had to get a new one, and I had to start over. I found another obstacle, and I still struggle to focus as a result of my ADHD. But I want to focus, and yet I still struggle. And I want to work on it, but I find myself exhausted just with the day-to-day of living at college and having to do my college coursework, as well as even having a roommate. I have a good roommate, don't get me wrong. They are a very good person. However, I'm not someone who works very well living in a close, intimate quarters with someone who I don't feel so intimate with. Yes, they are a good friend, a wonderful friend, and I care about them deeply. But aside from family or people who I've known for a very long time, even those I've known for a long time, it feels odd. That cousin I mentioned earlier, there were times when we had to share a room in the past when visiting or going on a trip, and it always felt awkward, even then, even now. And that stress keeps me distracted. I'll have bad days where I'm sad, angry, tired, and I don't get work done. I take the day to recuperate my brain. I watch something, and yet I watch something and I only feel guilt because it feels like I should be working towards my goals. People around me have this amazing discipline and tenacity to keep going towards their goals despite whatever might be hurting them at the moment. Yet, there's a voice that reminds me that I see them hurting. I see how neglecting what is bothering them hurts them. I see how it causes them more pain and more struggle because they don't take the time and take a break to let their self recuperate when things get hard. They keep pushing. I know that's not healthy, and so I don't do it. But that still leaves me with these creative passions I oh so love, left by the wayside. And that hurts. I feel like I'm failing myself. And I want to be creative, but my mind feels constantly exhausted by everything else it's being asked to do, from one day to another, that I never get through. I make schedules. I have a therapist. I have medication for my ADHD, yet I still haven't found the balance, the perfect storm to get me to where I need to be to make this work. And I'm not sure when it will. As for the final dream, goal, aspiration, whatever we want to call it, I want to be a voice actor. This is the most recent of the three, of my trifecta, if you will, and it came about from my enjoyment and participation in the game Genshin Impact. The voice actor community in that game is such a kind one. There are so many wonderfully talented people who make up the voice cast in the English roster, and I'm sure of the other dubs as well. And seeing what these people do, the way they get to help bring stories to life by using their voice, something I've always loved, talking. I've been told I have a commanding voice. When I read out my stories or other stories in class, I have had teachers and friends and others I know tell me that I'm so animated, I'm very good at telling stories, and I never realized that skill set, if honed with practice and effort, could potentially be a career path for me. I have so much respect for voice actors on the whole in all sources of media now, because they are the ones who are making this story come alive in their own way. They bring a voice to ones and zeros or to words on a paper. They bring it to life. They make it a character. And I have a lot of respect for them for that. And I would love to do the same. However, that too has an obstacle. I don't like my voice right now. And I understand many people don't like their voices. That's completely normal. But there is a separate reason why my voice gives me discomfort. And I say discomfort intentionally. It isn't just dislike, it's discomfort and dissatisfaction, a problem that I have to overcome, something that has a solution. But I'm not at a point right now in my life where I am able to pursue that solution and fix my voice to make it sound the way I want it to. I can train my voice to sound closer to how I'd like, but truthfully, that's time that I don't have. Or at least it doesn't feel like I have. It feels like things are constantly moving, and that if I don't fight to keep up, I will be left behind. That school just keeps moving ever forward, demanding my attention, even if I don't care much to give it. Because if I don't, I disappoint my family, and I disappoint myself, the me who worked hard to get good grades to get here, and the people who worked hard to make it so I can afford to be here in the first place. These people matter to me. I don't want to let them down. But so I find myself stuck in a situation where I'm not sure what to do. I want to share my voice with the world, whether it's through videos to entertain people and let them smile through a feed of constant clickbait or drama, to give them a safe space, or to do the same through telling stories, to bring the wild creations and bright fabrications of my mind to life in a way that people can connect to and relate to, and tell the stories of those who deserve to have their stories heard, and diversify the stories we hear about. Or to lend my voice to bringing to life another character, someone not created by me, but someone who is valuable, and being able to give that gift and help in some way to bring that character to life. All these things matter to me, and they will continue to, I think, for quite a while. But I don't know what to do about them. I don't know how to get myself to do YouTube videos. I've recorded countless videos over the past, I don't even know, 3-4 years. I can record videos with ease, but editing them and uploading them is a whole other battle. That's why my channel page is so slim. Or making a comic. It was 3 years ago that I first decided I wanted to try. And 3 years later, I still have no published work. Of course, this is from a different myriad of reasons that were slightly more out of my own control. And similarly with my voice. Yes, I can do training, but at this point, the type of role I would be given is not one I would feel comfortable with. If you understand what I mean, I appreciate you understanding. And if you don't understand what I mean, that's okay. I think you get the gist of it, and personally, I don't feel like elaborating further at this moment. Especially not in my first ever video. Or at least, my first ever heavy video like this one. But I'm not sure what to do, or where to go. So many people, younger than myself, are popping up and making names for themselves in the paths and careers that I wish to pursue, and I find myself stuck. Stuck in this place, feeling like I have no time. I'm in a living situation where I am unable to work on the video process or the voice acting process a majority of the time. I can work on the comics though, or at least I could, if not for my devices being broken the past couple of weeks and 2 months, honestly, by now. Maybe I could have, if not for that. But that did happen. And now I'm here. I have countless ideas and concepts, but the idea of putting them into execution scares me, because ultimately I feel like I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail because I can't get myself to sit and edit. I'm going to fail because I don't like how my art style looks. It looks stiff and clunky, and sitting down practicing gestures doesn't hone my mind enough to be able to continue. And people have given me advice, given me tips, given me pointers. Yet, as soon as I try to execute them, I constantly feel exhausted. My mind feels like it's at its limit most of the time, like it's just begging to be let go, to get a break from it all. And the thing is, I am happy in life. This isn't depression. I've been there. I've done that. No, this is different. I have no self-confidence in a lot of things, or at least very little. And I have ADHD, which has made things whole leg harder. And since I've only recently discovered that, I don't quite know yet how to overcome it. I want to learn, and I want to know, but right now, I simply don't. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do right now. I know that someday, if I have a job and set aside enough money, I can hire an editor, and then YouTube videos can be made. I know. Someday, once I find a routine with my ADHD medication, and finally find a way to get myself to practice, I could be a webtoon author. I know someday, when I find the courage, I'll be able to get my voice to a place where it no longer makes me uncomfortable to hear it playing back, because that's where I am right now. And that feeling of being trapped in a situation and position that I could get out of to an outsider, but to me, I can't, makes me feel like a failure. And I hate feeling like a failure. I hate feeling like I'm letting down the a the 14 people subscribed to this channel, whether they're just my friends or someone who took a genuine interest in me. They chose to support me, and I have done nothing to show my gratitude, and I fear I'm letting them down. To the 31 people who followed me on the Webtoon profile I do have, simply from funny comments I've made on other stories, because they found me entertaining and liked the idea of my stories I've talked about. Those people, I fear I'm letting them down too, and I don't want to let them down. And no one is behind me for my voice, but it still feels like I'm letting someone down. It feels like the people around me have this endless endurance and ability to pursue the things that they find interesting or important, this impeccable sense of duty and ability to pursue things, no matter how dull or tedious or difficult, to reach the end they know they want to achieve. But somehow, my brain does not work that way, and I don't know why. I do not wish to be lazy. I wish to put in effort. I do not wish to be behind. I want to keep up. And yet, for whatever reason, my mind doesn't agree with me. I find myself stuck in situations with stories trapped in my head, in situations with concepts and games and recordings stuck in their folder as a file on my computer for years, with my voice hidden because the moment I speak it, people get things wrong about me. The moment I use my voice, I'm something I'm not. And so, I don't. I don't make videos. I don't make my webtoon. I don't speak as much. And it bothers me. And to be honest, I don't know what to do. I watch so many videos of creators saying, just do it. Just try. With all three things. Just take the first step and the rest will follow. All you have to do is try. And I believe them. I truly do. But what happens when you can't try? Whether it's from your own mind or the world around you, what happens when suddenly trying never works? Or at least you can't make it work. You can't get yourself to try, no matter how much you truly want to, no matter how much you give. You can't get yourself to do what you know that you need to do, despite knowing how important it really is. You still can't do it. What then? And to be honest, I wish I could give you an answer. I wish I had that answer. But if I did, I wouldn't be here right now, telling this sob story of a person who can't get out of my own head. How I can't just convince myself to give it a shot, even if I'm scared. Scared? Do it scared anyway. That's what they say, isn't it? And yet, for some reason, I find myself unable to. I find myself trapped by my own mind. And I wish I wasn't. I wish I could be bold. I wish I could be creative without feeling like I'm going to fail somebody. Without feeling like it'll never be enough. Without feeling like I'm going to disappoint myself or somebody else in the process. I don't want to let anybody down. I don't want to fail. And everyone fails. I know that. Yet somehow in my head it feels like if I fail, I'm letting everybody down. I am truly failing. It's not a stepping stone, it's a complication. It's not a path on the journey, it's unforgivable. And I don't know how to fix that. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what next to try. And I feel stuck. And I don't like feeling stuck. I want to feel like anybody else does when they achieve their goals. And yet, the wear and tear in my mind from college just is so consuming. It feels like it never lets up sometimes, even when I take less classes, even when I have better professors. It's always there, always forcing me back. And I'm not sure how to change that. To change my own mind. I don't know. I want to. But I don't know how or where to begin. How do I convince my own mind to do what I know I want it to do, but it refuses to? Why is my own mind my enemy? Why is this so much harder for me than it seems to be for everyone else? Because even if it is hard for others, it's not like they say it very often. Or when they do, they say it when they've overcome it, not when they're in the thick of it. Not when it's still eating away at them and holding them back from what they desire. They tell you about it when they've got it figured out, when they've found their solution. Not when they're still trapped. And I don't know what to do. I want to be valued. I want to be bold. I want to be creative. I want to tell my stories. I want to share that with others. And I want to make a difference. But I'm not sure where to start. Am I truly wasting my time? Is sitting here not being able to get a video out mean I'm a failure? Does it make me lazy? All these other people seem to be able to do that. Why can't I? Am I lazy for not? Am I a failure of some sort? I don't want to be. I want to be someone others can look to when they need an answer. I want to be someone who can share a story that can make someone smile, even when they're going through a hard time. I want to be someone who is known to be kind. I want to share stories that give other people ideas for their own stories. I want to be bold. I want to be unafraid. I want to be loud. I want to be heard. But I can't right now. Does that make me a failure? Does that make me less than those who don't feel this way? Logically, in my heart, I know the answer. I know that everyone is on their own path and everyone reaches different points at a different time. But why must my path be behind everyone else's? Is the voice I hear instead. Why does my path have to be 5 steps behind everyone else? Why can't my path keep up when all these others seem to figure it out so fast? Why am I still here? Why am I still searching for an answer? an answer many others have locked in by now. What do I do? These are the questions that are just on my mind constantly, swirling, swarming, and making me feel ashamed. I feel like a liar. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. When I record something and find myself unable to make it into a video, when I come up with a story idea but it just floats around in my mind instead of being put down on my tablet. Or when I see a post, someone asking for new people looking to be voice actors to take on a role, an audition, and I'm not sure what to do. But I don't think it's abnormal. I think the world wants it to look like, or at least people in the world want it to look like at this age, they've got everything figured out. They want you to think that when you're in college, you'll have everything figured out. Not only what you want to do, but how you're going to do it. How you're going to achieve it. But the truth is, some of us don't know. And I hope somehow this video reaches someone, anyone, who's like me and doesn't know. Because I want you to know you're not alone. And to be honest, perhaps a little selfish, I want to know that too. I want to know I'm not the only one out here who's stuck, who knows what they want, or has an idea of what they want, but for one reason or another finds themselves trapped in their own mind, unable to pursue it. And this certainly doesn't mean I'm giving up. I'm still trying. But the idea of having to wait and wait and wait, and what makes me feel like I'm wasting my time, I hope I'm not the only one who's afraid of that. Because I know every year matters, and I know enjoying yourself matters too. Spending these years working myself to the bone to work on the things I'm passionate about, and my college might be a good thing because I achieve a lot in these years, but it also could become a regret if that were to happen. Because I could spend so much time working on so many things that I forget to just enjoy this time while it's around. And I spend it all working when I have the rest of my life to work. I'm not sure what the answer is. I don't know. Maybe someone out there watching this video does. Or again, maybe you're someone who this video was made for. Someone like me who doesn't have the answers. I can say right now as I'm recording this, my cat is actively headbutting me in my armpit, asking for pets, and I'm glad. I have a very nice cat that you might be able to hear purring into my mic because her face is right next to it. I'll have to check for that in the playback when I eventually look through this to barely edit it if I put it out at all. And it's the little things that I know matter. And I'm glad my cat is here. I hope you can find your little things. And I hope we can all find our answer. Together. But for now, have a great rest of your day or night, whichever it may be for you. Remember to eat and hydrate. And maybe, hopefully, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.